Buenos días, clase. Bienvenidos a la lección sobre pretérito imperfecto y cómo viven juntos. How do they live together? You're going to need to listen to this entire video because I'm asking you some questions as we go that you'll need to submit. So please pause it, get yourself some paper and a pen to write things down as we go, or watch this on your phone and work on your tablets to submit it that way. Either way is fine with me. All right, so you have a test Monday. You took a quiz yesterday, which was a very simple understanding of trigger words and some of the rules. This is going to be more application to help you with your test on Monday. How do these two sentences live together? So the first idea, we talked about triggers for the preterite, words that communicate a single completed action, right? Things that happen all of a sudden. Like un día, un momento, ayer, anoche, después, etc. Those indicate a sequence. Words that begin or end, like empezar, comenzar, terminar, llegar, salir. Sequence is like entonces, después, finality, por fin, de repente, which is like suddenly, right? So those are many of the triggers for preterite. All right, so for this slide 2, I want you to write down these sentences in English, and then you're going to translate them to Spanish as part of the work you're going to turn into me. So the first one is to practice this concept. Yesterday, I did my homework in 2 hours. Yesterday, I did my homework in 2 hours. The second one, on Monday, I started studying at 8 a.m. and finished with a test at 10 p.m. Again, that second sentence was on Monday, I started studying at 8 a.m. and finished with a test at 10 p.m. Triggers for el imperfecto, words that communicate repetition, so plurality, todos los días, cada sábado, los domingos, generalmente, frecuentemente, de vez en cuando, right? Words that communicate description, things like feelings and description, usually era and estaba. Time, era and eran, las 8, to say it was 8 o'clock. Age, tenía, to say how old we were in the past. And weather, either hacía with calor, fresco, frío, etc., or llovía y nevaba, for it was raining and it was snowing. Words that communicate duration, like mientras, and describing the setting up a particular story that you're going to tell us. Okay, so 2 sentences to practice this concept. Write these down to translate for me. The first one, every year we went to Colorado. Every year we went to Colorado. Number 2, it was hot and sunny and the day was long. It was hot and sunny, and the day was long. Okay, speaking of setting, if you're going to tell a story or when we're reading a book and we kind of set the stage a little, that's what it means by setting. It's very descriptive, and as you can tell from these sentences, there's a lack of action, right? It was a long night. It was raining. We were at the beach. It was 10 o'clock at night. There was nobody there. I do want you to write these down and translate them on your paper, but I'm going to translate them for you now to make sure you do them right. So if you want to pause and try them on your own, or if you just want to write down the way they should be, that's fine. It was a long night would be era una noche larga. It was raining, llovía or estaba lloviendo. We were at the beach, estábamos en la playa. It was 10 o'clock at night, eran las 10 de la noche. There was nobody there. No había nadie. All of those set the scene before it even begins to tell the story. All of those are in the imperfect. The word mientras is a big indicator that the imperfect should be used on both sides. It kind of speaks to the fact that the action is not complete. Also speaks to a little bit of the idea of setting, right? This is what was going on while this was going on when maybe something occurred, boom. But these actions were not over. They had not been completed at this point in my story. So for this slide, slide 5, I would like for you to translate what these pictures depict. We were running while it was raining. We were running while it was raining. And running and raining can go in the imperfect. You can use the imperfect progressive, but you don't have to. You can use the imperfect. All right, the next situation is when we have a situation that is interrupted. We have worked on this ad nauseum practically in class, right? I hope that you understand it. We did so much of this with our injuries chapter, what we were doing when we fell, when we hurt ourselves, when we tripped. So what we were doing is the imperfect or the imperfect progression. And then after the word cuando is when we use the preterite. So for this slide, slide 6, just translate for me what was happening here. He was riding his bike when he saw a bear. A bear is un oso. Okay, he was riding his bike when he saw a bear. All right, the next part is definitely the biggest part of this activity, and that is to really put this all into practice by telling me this story in Spanish. All right, I want you to challenge yourselves, use this as a tool to help you prepare for your test. This first slide shows the whole thing in English. Challenge yourselves by thinking about which verbs in Spanish would be used for numbers 1 through 20. Okay, then on the slide, I give you those verbs, but challenge yourself to need them. And I quickly passed over that because I want you to go back and watch this, pause the video, and really work on this. All right. The last part is to record yourself telling me the whole story in Spanish using the preterite and the imperfect. All right. If this is very difficult for you, obviously, let me back up. Print it out, write it out, and just read it. You can read it to me. Okay. I don't mind that you read it to me. The reason is that I want you to hear yourself speaking good Spanish, hopefully. And if it's not good Spanish, maybe you will notice when you hear it and you'll fix what you say. Anytime you're speaking and you make a mistake and you go back and fix it because you notice your ear tells you that something went wrong, that is wonderful. That is progress. That's fantastic. So don't ever be afraid to fix yourself, correct yourself after you have noticed that you've made a mistake. So you write that out and you record it. You can send me a recording. I don't necessarily need a video of you reading it, but that's fine, as well as a PDF of the sentences translated while you watch the video. All right, I appreciate you guys doing good work on this, and please see me in my office hours if you're feeling lost or confused. I miss you guys, and I hope you're well. Bye.